Right, we're here at the new built studio at Flat 1, Bishopton Lodge. Smithy is my special guest today. Very good putter in himself. We're having a little look at putting today. I wanted to do a more longer game, to be honest, but I don't know if you can see. I was building a barbecue yesterday and hit myself on the thumb with a brick, so I won't be hitting balls for a few days. So we're going to have a little look at putting. Just to introduce you quickly to James. He's my flatmate, one of my best mates, and now my new barber, as it happens. He's cut my hair yesterday, did a grand job, so thanks for that. Just to have a few looks at Smithy, hitting a few putts here. I think he's one of the best putters I know. I've known Sully say the same, and Sully's played with Jordan Spieth, so that's quite a thing to say about someone. But yeah, Smithy can hold some putts, so just have a little look at his method. I've watched him for years putt, and I've always wanted to be as good as him or up there with him. And he's trying to find out what makes him different to the others, I think. And for me, yes, he's got great technique and all that, but for me it's how he thinks about it and how he goes about it. And I really sort of learnt this from when he caddied for me a couple of times and got him to read some putts and pick lines and just react to the target, hit putts. Technically, yes, he's got a very sound stroke, but I think he's a good putter more because of how he thinks about it. He's worked at his putting. We can all work hard putting, but when we get on the golf course, that's when it's important. You can't work on your stroke out there, so you've got to be in the right mentality. So just watch Smithy hit a couple, and then I'm going to go in there and show you what I've changed in my putting. That's really helped me hold, especially the real clutch ones, the real short 4-footers, because I think at times we miss putts with our mind as opposed to our physical attributes or stroke or whatever. How often do you stand over a putt and think to yourself, don't miss it X, don't miss it Y, and then miss the other side as a result. So what we're going to look at now is how we get a good routine going in putting. For me, I think it needs to be nice and quick, it needs to be precise in terms of thinking and what you do, and I think it needs to have one main goal, and that is target focus. So I'm going to get Smithy out of the way now, and I'm going to show you what I used to do and now what I do. I started at the end of last year, and I have to say my putting, especially short range, sort of 4 or 5 feet, has got so much better because of it. So I'll go through that with you now. I always line the ball up, so I'm going to get the ball at my target. Target's not always the hole, it may be a spot. Again, when Smithy caddied for me, he picked these spots on the greens, which is pretty obvious now you look back, but it's something I'd never done. So yeah, we've got a straight putt here, so we can pick the spot down the line, but obviously we imagine that spot. Now what I used to do is go in, have 3 practice strokes, then I'd have 3 looks at the hole, and then I'd quite often stand here just before I hit for quite a while, and at this point is where your brain starts going crazy and starts thinking, don't do this, don't do that, what about this, where should I be stroking it? So I felt I missed a lot of putts because of that. So what I do now is jump straight in. I have 2 practice strokes, so I've reduced that. I have 1 look at the hole with my hand on my hip, 1 look in it with it on the grip, and as soon as I look back to that ball, I'm just thinking about holding it, and it goes in. And I think now you've got no time to react to a bad thought, and you've got no time to question yourself, really. We all know we can hold putts, it's doing it when it matters that counts. So what I'd like to see from all you guys, yeah, routines are all different, we've all got to find our own way. If you want any help with that, just send me a little video in of what you do, and we can just have a discussion of how it's going to work for you. But yeah, get something that's precise, that you do the same every time, and most importantly, is quick and simple and doesn't give you a chance to think negatively. We just want to think about that ball going in. I hope that really helps. It's very simple. I'd like to have done a bit more, but obviously situations dictate these things. So we'll get back to the long game next time. But for me, this is as important as anything, and we're not looked at your putting stroke technically whatsoever, and I'll bet you this improves it. Alright, thanks for that. I hope you're all staying safe. Cheers for Smithy. Let's just watch this in action again. 1 look, hits it straight away. This guy don't miss very often. So if you want to putt like that, let's get in the right frame of mind. Let's get thinking correctly, good routines, hole in putts. Thanks.